Hello, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are all of you? Let me just do something really quick to let you know that we are live. Oh gosh, thanks you guys for logging on. Let me just do something real quick. Gonna share all the links. So any thing you're interested in, you can just go to the description box and make your purchase. What a long day. I did a podcast show and wow, something came up and I want to share it with you guys, but then I want to get into your reading. So if you guys can tell me where you're tuning in from in the comments. Welcome in New England. And hit the like button as you come on here. So interesting thing happened. I've been doing quite a few podcasts, and it's so interesting how a trauma in another person will come up so we can nix our own, right? So I was doing this podcast and I used a word that was very triggering to someone, and I completely understand. And to see the reaction and the trauma come up in this person over something that had happened to them in the past was very mirroring to me, because I too had some trauma that I've shared with all of you that happened online for a period of 10 years, still goes on to a certain extent, of just a group of people targeting me, right? Using my work, making money off my work, trying to hide my work so they could make money off my work, etc. And so as I was interviewing this person and I used a word, it's for a wellness podcast, an astrology podcast called the Hermetis podcast. I could tell that using a certain word triggered him. And it brought up all kinds of stuff in him to, bring up to heal. But the amount of time that was spent on this subject, literally, I had to rest my head for 20 minutes and probably will go to bed right after this, because what happened was it was like a ruminating thought, right? So when we have PTSD, when we have trauma, it actually lodges itself in the tissues of the body. So when someone brings that situation up, right, it can actually trigger a response in us, a post-traumatic stress response. So it was interesting watching. And what was so interesting is, having healed my trauma, seeing it come up in another person was a testimony to having healed my own. And it was very actually freeing for me. I think I'm going to sleep really well tonight, but also, just wanting to love this person in their process and along their journey. So that was really interesting. I'm going to do a reading for all of you. Those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for subscribing here. Also, you can subscribe to my sister channel at Andrea Cox TV. Got a couple intuitive downloads. So before we get started, I want to tell you what was coming to me energetically. I got the feeling that someone could not be wanted in a situation, right? Maybe it's an environment, a work environment, could be a living environment, like someone's not wanted, right? And so there's some antagonistic things going on that are being put in place to make a person feel uncomfortable, right? Like maybe someone pays a certain amount of money for something, and they're not getting that. And it's almost like I get the feeling of someone saying, well, we tried to work with you, but you didn't want that. No, like there's like a delicate balance being thrown off. So that was one thing that was coming through. Also, some of you could be giving birth, or some of you could find out that you're going to be a grandmother or a grandfather. I'm hearing grandmother. So this could be something that's coming up for all of you, and it's a very happy time. Also, some of you could be forgiving someone else. You're spending too much time focusing on your energy on past events. And this is interesting that this card came up, because this is what I witnessed as I was recording today. I witnessed someone, go in that ruminating thought process, and I know what it's like to be in that. And so it was really interesting to witness in another. And it was a reminder of me to really stay balanced and grounded. Another thing I want to talk about before I get into this reading is healthy routines and how important. I know that a healthy routine is vitally important for me. It's important for my business. It's important for my livelihood. It's important for my happiness. It's important for my peace. And I'm finding that a lot of other people in life, I'm actually finding I gravitate towards people who also value routine. I was up at 4:00 this morning. I went and got a colonic, and I got my workout done in my garage first, and it was very peaceful, right? It was very peaceful. I got my stuff done, and that's how I like to flow. I like a routine. I like things to be peaceful. I don't like, I usually turn my phones off for a good period during the day. And I'm noticing a lot of like this when I'm out and about. I'm noticing like a lot of people staring at their phones. I'm also noticing an energy of people who are enlightened, really wanting to pull themselves offline more and more, like I do. I've been working on a project for several months to be able to do that. And that's a form of, in the Kabbalion, they talk about that, right? They talk about how the last period of enlightenment is not really desiring to put yourself out there in a way that draws attention to you. So this has actually been my goal from the beginning. And I've said this countless times. I've said that, it was never my intention to create an online platform on all these followings. This is actually one of my smallest followings here. Facebook, Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox is one of my biggest ones, and my other YouTube channel, etc. But it was never my goal. My goal was to teach other people to get healthy through a plant-based diet, to fast, to juice, etc., to, learn to cultivate a garden and grow their own food if they wanted to, depending on the season, right? And really to find that oneness with themselves where they're okay within. They're okay with being alone, right? They don't need a lot of energy and 2 TVs going on or be talking to someone to really, gather themselves in that centeredness. And what I'm finding is more and more people are gravitating that way. I think that there's other people that are gravitating in an opposite way: unhealed wounds, unhealed trauma, things coming up to the surface that they don't that they don't know how to process. Yeah, not being able to respect people's boundaries. We have the boundaries card. So it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So it's funny that this comes up front and centered, and then we have the void card. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Okay. So your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. I'm going to pull one more card. I'm actually going to take this one. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So this is great. So what I'm seeing here is that many of you are trying to give birth to new ideas. And during that process of giving birth to new ideas, you're realizing that you're not for everyone, right? You're not everyone's cup of tea. You need to embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Your true north is your north node, right? And the north node is the direction we are supposed to go in for career, etc. So the north node actually talks, it tells us a lot about ourselves. Excuse me one sec, hang on. What are you doing now? No. Come on. Good night, night. Good night, night. Sorry, Maverick has been quiet with Lewis for several hours while we were filming that. Actually went on for 2 hours. Now he's getting a little rambunctious. So our north node tells us a lot about the direction that we are supposed to go, especially in career. So this is another reason you should never derail someone off their path. Karmically, when we attempt to mess with someone's destiny, it really has a negative karmic effect on us, right? So I'm going to use a few examples, if you guys don't mind, of north nodes. Let's say someone has a Pisces north node. So Pisces north node is all about living in, that's the 12th zodiac sign. It's the elders of the zodiac. So it's all about living in luxury, etc. But oftentimes it can be about laziness. It can be about overeating. It can be about too many intimate partners. It can be about taking other ideas from other people because you don't recognize who you are yourself. So when someone has a Pisces north node placement, one of their spiritual sadhanas in life will be to create from their own, not to ride the coattails of others, right? Like, oh, so-and-so did that podcast. I've got to do that podcast. So-and-so wrote for that magazine. I've got to write for that magazine. So-and-so posted this picture of a beautiful salad. I've got to do that, right? So Pisces north node people, they'll never make money from other people's manifestations. That's one of the things about Pisces north node. Let's talk about Scorpio north node. So Scorpio north node is someone who has come from Taurus energy, Empress energy. They've always lived a life of luxury. They've probably had things handed to them. They seem very lucky. They're probably extremely attractive. They have a lot of the finer things in life. They've accumulated a ton of the finer things in life because they have a south node in Taurus. That's been there, done that. That's what they've accumulated in past lives and in this lifetime. But having the opposite node, north node of Scorpio, that is divination. It's esoteric arts. It's having a divine calling to help people ascend, right? That's what the Scorpio north node is about. It is literally about spiritual ascension, divination, esoteric arts, intuitive abilities. And so let's pretend that someone is doing something in the esoteric arts and someone isn't really fond of that, right? They disapprove. Maybe a person's real religious and they're passing judgment on a person who has like a tarot channel like this or something like that. Trying to interfere with a person's north node destiny has drastic consequences. It can actually, like, for example, if someone is making money in where their north node is, right, and they're building a business like that, and if that business is attacked, everybody's money stops. Yeah. It's kind of like if someone does spiritual work or rages like a spiritual warfare on someone who has, say, Jupiter and Aries. That's a very, very strong placement. Jupiter is about money, right? It's about accumulation. It's also the ideal husband. And if someone has Jupiter in Aries, then that's the leader, right? So they lead others in how to make money. Jupiter in Aries does. So if someone, rages a war against someone's business and that person has Jupiter in Aries, oh my God, the money stops for the collective, right? It's kind of like if someone has North Node in Aquarius and someone attacks them. Aquarius is about the whole, it's about the collective, right? So you really have to be mindful of where someone's North Node is. You need to know people's charts, right? And I think the overall lesson would be live and let live. Realize that you are not for everyone, right? You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's going to want you sitting up, reading oracle cards in your living room. Not everyone's going to be okay with that. Some people are going to be like, oh, take that elsewhere or whatever. You have to be okay with not everybody liking you. I certainly am. So boundaries, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So I get the feeling of someone who has learned how to set boundaries and it's been a lifelong lesson for them, right? So maybe the pendulum swing was here where they were a doormat and they didn't set boundaries with anyone. Then the pendulum swinged and they cut everyone out. And now they're arriving in the middle and that homeostasis of being able to set healthy boundaries with people. Your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So whoever this is, you could be creating something, could be with a family member, or you're a very, very creative person. You see this card's like full of color, right? Excuse me. Gosh darn it, Maverick. You need to, honey, quit. Enough. For those. Sorry, you guys. I fed them real early in the morning before I left at like 7, and they needed their little bone marrow bones. So, if you're someone that hasn't been able to set boundaries throughout your life, and now you're starting to set boundaries, people can kind of see you as a bitch. So be it. Again, you're not for everyone, right? On the flip side of that, we have Earth School, life lessons, soul's growth, study, higher learning. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So I feel like, something could be being dragged out, right? Like really dragged out. Maybe you set healthy boundaries with someone or a situation, and now things are just being let go in a situation where they really need to be taken care of, but someone's pissed off that you set healthy boundaries with them, so they're kind of holding a little bit of a grudge against you. It would kind of be like if you were in a love relationship and someone talked to you a certain way and that wasn't okay with you, and you express that, so then they don't talk to you at all, right? But then they want to point out, well, I tried to talk to you and you didn't like it, right? Or I tried to work with you, you didn't want to work with me. So, it's kind of that type of situation, right? So I get a very all or nothing vibe with this. Some of you could have been in a situation where someone wanted to give birth to a new idea or a new creative endeavor with you, but you work alone and you wanted to work alone. And so now they're pissed off at you. Others of you, this could be a relationship situation like the scenario that I said where, maybe you said, look, I don't like that. And so now they're not speaking to you. It's a very childish energy from an adult, right? So we have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. So Mars is the planet that is ruled by Aries, right? I always say one of the worst placements to have Aries is definitely your moon. That's a really jealous person, or your Venus, or in your Mars placement. So someone could have a lot of Aries energy, a lot of if they don't get their way, or if they can't be in control of situations, they get pissed off. The Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Okay, so they feel a void when they can't be in control. Okay. I want to get a few love cards on these. So on the creative energy that has learned to set boundaries, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So someone could have recently rekindled in a situation. And I feel really sorry for this energy. Number 3 could be significant. And then someone else over here has a new beginning and a secret admirer. Someone could be watching someone in their house. That's weird. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. So on this 3 energy, I get a real like almost snake-like vibe. Someone could actually, that could actually be like your Chinese sign, a sign of the snake. Usually 3 energy. And I know this because when I relocated, I moved into a home that adds up to the number 3. So you add your house numbers together. And if it's a 3 in numerology, 3s can be significant with thievery, stealing, things of that nature. So if your house numbers add up to a 3, you could need to protect the energy of the house more, because more prone to break-ins, etc. Also, if someone's a number 3 energy, like that's their life path number or their personality number, it's again going back to that energy of like almost Pisces North Node type of thing. It's needing to manifest on your own instead of riding the coattails, clout chasing, and things of that nature. Okay. Also, maybe you set boundaries with someone in your life that could be messing with your money in some way, or someone else set boundaries with someone in their life and their money could be being toyed with. That could be why someone is so focused on work. Also, I get the vibe of a group of people trying to kind of hide someone's work online so they could actually take it and use it for themselves to benefit off of it. Okay. We then have this like angelic vibe with the tree of life. Manifesting miracles. Your dreams are soon to become a reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. This is beautiful. We have this beautiful gentleman with angel wings. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times, we must accept the things as they are. There is no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. And then we have the power card. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. I'm going to take a drink of water. I suggest you do the same. I feel like really upping the workouts and the eating regimen is important for all of us right now. It's also important, and I wish you guys could see this from above because it's really beautiful. And actually, I'm going to take a picture of it for social media real quick because I think it's really beautiful the way these cards look. It's actually important because when we do that, we realize what energy is our own and what is someone else's, right? So especially when setting boundaries, someone can get very needy when you set boundaries with them, right? When you say, no, enough is enough. I don't want this energy. they can get really needy, almost obsessed, right? And I get the feeling, if this is a work situation, I get the feeling someone has been crystal clear that they want to be left alone, and people are just like watching and stalking this person. This is in a home environment. I don't really get anything. If this is a love relationship, new beginning, a new adventure awaits, embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Secret admirers, someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. I get Aries, Scorpio, Taurus vibe. I get the feeling there are two people that are going to come together that have known each other for a long time, but maybe never spent time with each other, or they've known each other for years, but never met in person, or something of that nature. I want to pull this top card, but then I want to do, oh, wow. We have the commit card when I split the deck, and notice the pattern. Yeah, so someone recently noticed a pattern in someone else, and it was eye awakening for the both of them. What's funny, because someone's went through their process, they went through a rebirth, and they surrender and trust the universe. They know that they are divinely supported. I do get the feeling that two people are coming together that have went through the exact same scenario, right? They could be two people in the limelight and they've both been attacked online, and they're coming together to almost form some type of connection that allows them both to come back to center. It's also going to be something that honors the lineage and helps people clear their vessel. These two have learned to master the dance. Okay, so I don't like that we got the summon the rain card and consult your body's wisdom. So on the flip side, we could have a more negative kind of entity attachment couple, right? Two people that are very codependent. Two people that may not treat their bodies the best, and it shows. I'm feeling like it could show in people's appearance, like it could, like people could look older than they are. And also I feel like one of them is into like the dark arts, like doing like negative spell work. So again, you guys, be mindful not to take on this energy as your own, right? Nobody knows anyone else's chart. If you put your birthday online, you're an idiot. My real birthday is nowhere online, nowhere. And I check it often. If you are trying to do negative work, like on someone's money, like say you're trying to attack someone's money, and someone has, like I mentioned earlier, Jupiter in Aries, which is the leader, right? It's like the way we lead, right? Aries is the first zodiac sign in the zodiacal chart. Pisces is the last. Pisces is the elders of the zodiac. So if someone has Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter is money, that's not good. It never works, right? It would kind of be like not treating a woman good when you have your North Node in Taurus, right? People who have their North Node in Taurus, when they treat women bad, men in particular, ooh, bad karma. Usually like comes back in the lineage, like in the children. So for others of you, you could be actually healing your ancestral lineage, the health of your ancestral lineage by setting an example. The initiation, this wanted to come out in reverse, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So there's an initiation that wants to take place, but someone feels like they have to get rid of someone else. And I have that snake down there. Look at that. There's a snake right in the corner. But then we have this lightning and the dragon that kind of overshadows the snake. So I almost get the vibe that someone feels like they need to completely like annihilate this could be some online stuff or some, Illuminati stuff, where someone feels like they need to completely like annihilate someone's business and and their online, the way they look online, or they thought this in the past. In order for them to come on the scene, they felt the need to attack someone else's name or something like that. Also get a very strong lawsuit vibe for some of you. Star Keeper, cosmic ancestors seed the light by staying grounded. But they didn't realize they were attacking like a major player in the ball game, right? Someone that could have been initiating them. And so now I feel like there's a failed initiation drawn to the pyramid in this that could be of significance. Cosmic ancestors seed the light by staying grounded. Messenger, Cyrus energy, bringing harmony and balance. So someone is like a born messenger. They are born to get a specific message out. When we try to halt someone's progress, let me drink some water. Sorry, you guys, that podcast was like 2 hours. Welcome. When we try to halt someone's progress, especially in like their career, and they literally have a job to do, Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So say someone has a job to call out mass governmental systems, okay? And they've done this for years. Like they've spoken the truth about what's really going on in the world. And we try to dim their light, or we try to hide their work because we want to leech off of them, etc. That the karmic consequences to your money, to your work, horrible. You have to really be mindful of when you're targeting someone out of jealousy, anger, bitterness. You better know their chart, right? And why do that to begin with, right? Why ever target another person? Live and let live. Messenger, Cyrus energy, bringing harmony and balance. So this is a situation where someone has a message to give. They are helping other people. They could be helping other people heal trauma. They could be helping other people in codependent relationships. They could be helping raise awareness about governmental systems. They could be helping people with their health, and someone's tried to hinder their path. Because someone didn't feel that they were growing quick enough. Time, you are trying too hard. Give it time. We have the time card. So because someone felt that they weren't growing quick enough, they tried to slow. We have the slow down. They tried to slow someone else's path down. That's not nice. But they're now noticing the pattern. They're listening. We have the seashell up to someone's ear. Someone could have even been listening into someone. Or I'm seeing someone take screenshots of someone's like Facebook messages, and I'm getting like heat on my back. So that means heat, like someone's cracking down on what someone is doing. Like this could be legal. Surrender and trust, number 2. I also get the vibe of like Libra energy, Libra, Scorpio, could be Gemini, of someone speaking out about something that they know that has gone on. Also, two people could be separated, and someone could have a son or a child that they're separated from. I feel like all of this is like a karmic backlash, right? They're trying to take the lead, and this is all because someone's trying to take the lead in a situation. So they're trying to invade someone else's privacy to do so. And I feel like this is all online shit, right? All like listening in, looking in, like putting their nose where it doesn't belong. Interesting. Summon the rain. And what they don't know, they could even be trying to do spell work, which is really negative. You only want to do protective work, with someone that's really viable and knows what they're doing. There's a link for that, by the way, in this description box. Or, positive money work to bring in money to you, to the neighborhood, to everything. That's the only type of work you want to do. So they could either be trying to do negative work to someone and someone has such good placements that it's actually backfiring onto them, or the person they're messing with could hold this like ancestral lineage power of doing this type of work and they don't know who they're messing with. There's something like that going on. Yeah, whoever they're targeting, so that woman's beautiful blonde hair is flowing in the wind. She surrenders. She trusts the universe. She trusts the divine. She knows she's divinely guided. Take the lead. And I feel like someone either just entered into a new partnership or they're about to. Like two people are talking, two people are honestly assessing each other in the situation. They're flowing with divine timing. They could have known each other for a long time. Yeah, they're magnetized by each other. Card number 42. Clear the vessel. They both take excellent care of each other. Oh, I said of each other, of themselves, of their own bodies. They have learned to master the dance. And then we have celebrate growth and breakthroughs. This card always reminds me of Las Vegas. She looks like a showgirl. I mean, can you imagine having a body like that and walking around? Wow, right? Because someone's committed. They're committed to their health and fitness. They're committed to their regime. They honor the process. They've went through a spiritual rebirth. It's funny, when I was doing that podcast interview earlier, a beetle came up and hit this window. There's a window directly in front of me and fell. And when I first started going through my rebirth 4 years ago, when I was in 2017, it was the second rebirth I had went through, and I was going through a horrible breakup. I was so depressed. I couldn't get out of bed. There were all these beautiful, colorful beetles stuck to my screen of my window. And then I just saw this one. And as I was interviewing him and doing that podcast, I was like, okay, well, one of us is at the end of this transition. And I think it's me. So interesting. So we have fall into your arms. So I feel like two people are going to meet and they're literally just going to fall into each other. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. A new earth, it's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is in reverse. You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. So because this came in reverse, I feel like someone is about to not be alone anymore that has been alone for a long time, but they've not been lonely. Whoever this is, we have the double mission card. Light workers, star seed, Palladian energy, serve the world by being you. So I love when the double mission card comes up. Some of you could be African American, Indian descent. Others of you, you just do your makeup really pretty, I'm hearing. You could love pastel colors. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, just second card, visionary, inspired ideas, but it was stuck. This card was stuck to it. The card that was stuck to this Pleiades energy is lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So someone is lost on their journey of what direction to go. So they're attaching themselves to a very high vibrational energy. And I want to end this with a message from a friend of mine. And what she said to me. I'm actually going to have her on this podcast. When I was doing some clearing of people who were attacking me.
Hello, my beautiful star sister. It's lovely to hear from you and connect. You have so much light in you. I can see that. And that causes a huge threat for the darkness and the darkness in other people. As you already know, you will trigger their darkness and force them to look at themselves. I can see that there is such a strong connection with you to Pleiades and the Pelagian energy and Larians. I can see that, and I know that you are a powerful healer. I feel that you have gone through a huge transformation and awakening on so many levels, and I'm not surprised to hear the attacks, and I say attacks, that you've been having. I am sorry though that you've had to undergo it, because I know how devastating it can be on every level, and I'm more than happy to.
So I just want to leave this reading with this. I feel like someone has new love coming in their life, and it's going to be a life partner. I don't feel like these are two people over here that have reunited. I feel like these are two people who are really vibrating at a high level, right? These are not two people that would lower their vibration to attack another, or to spy on another, or look in on another, or hover over. And these are two people that are really vibrating at a level that that really volumizes ascension to me. And I feel like over here we have like a boundary. Someone, I get a female energy that attacked someone else for a long period of time because she didn't know how to set healthy boundaries herself with the situation she was in, right? Where maybe someone wasn't giving her the attention, or who was treating her like shit, or who was focused elsewhere. And I feel like there needs to be growth, right? And there needs to be some sort of reflection. Also, two people need to give each other space. If two new people are coming together and this is the first time you're meeting, I feel like you're going to come together and then you're going to need space, and you're going to come together and you're going to need space. If these are two people reuniting, I get the same thing. I see two people falling into each other's arms and lifting the veil. Anything unaligned, though, must go, right? Because at the end of the day, I see so much in this reading. I see people trying to target someone's work, and it's affecting their work, right? Maybe someone's money's slowed down. I'm also feeling someone I feel like someone is renting a place. I don't know why I'm getting Southern California or ocean vibes, but I feel like all of a sudden they have to pay their rent in cash or something. Like their money is being hurt because they were trying to attack someone else's money. Someone didn't know that someone has really good placements, right? So someone else will always be okay. But you have to be mindful, because when you attack and you project onto other people, it's always going to backfire on you, right? It's kind of like doing return to sender work, right? That even backfires on you. So you have to be really mindful. I also get the energy of someone who cannot create on their own. They are constantly like, what's the latest TikTok? I'm going to do that. I got to watch this person and everything they say so I can, I also see someone trying to transcribe someone's videos to get the wording from it. I'm seeing that as well, or that's been done in the past. I'm also getting a vibe of like fake views. Someone has fake views on a video. There could be a video with a lot of views, but it's fake. I'm also getting the vibe of someone could have even this is really sad. If this is you, I'm sorry. Some of you could be a ballerina or a showgirl of some type, or someone could be much younger than their partner. I'm also getting the vibes of someone that recently got plastic surgery to try to compete. Like their self-esteem was that low that they felt they needed to compete with someone else that their partner, I'm hearing attached, but was, looking in on, and that something didn't turn out right. right? Maybe something's off-centered or lopsided, or for some reason I'm hearing saggy. I don't know what that means. This is really sad energy on one of these sides. What I would love to not see happen, we have big picture thinking, and then we have this lost lands. And then we have forge, don't follow. I love this. But look, it's stuck. These are stuck together. So one person is forging the way. They're not following anyone. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. So whoever is constant in an activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Someone's not living in the right place. Some of you could need to come to me and have your astrocartography done. That's on AndreaCox.com under the intuitive section in the drop-down menu. I can do an astrocartography reading and tell you the best places you are meant to live. And if you don't live in those places, I can tell you how to get that energy into your current place. Because we have one person who forges, doesn't follow. They're paving a new path. They're always the leader. Be the leader you wish they had. Maybe they didn't have a good role model growing up. Then we have this other person, activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led, who's just constantly like led to follow others instead of creating on their own. Life is really beautiful when you are the pioneer of something and you create something that is uniquely you. I know I've done it like 1,000 times, right? I mean, 23 years ago, vegan in Ohio going on the news when everybody was questioning what the hell I was talking about. So forge, don't follow. And definitely some of you need an astrocartography session with me. You can find that on AndreaCox.com. Also, the links are in the description box here. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. 1313, that's a number sequence for some of you. 13 is one of my favorite numbers because I feel like it's the number of myself and a past life soulmate that I fell in love with. I love you guys. I hope you guys have, it's my life path number and theirs. So I hope you guys have a beautiful evening. I hope this made sense to you. I love the evil eyes. Thank you for subscribing here. Subscribe at Andrea Cox TV, my health and wellness channel, and Andrea Lee, L-E-I-G-H Cox on Facebook, and Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram. And the Hermetis podcast. I love you guys. Be well.